This was a time when Muslims feared no power on earth except Allah. They stood united like a wall of solid iron. In the struggle to make Allah's religion victorious, they were fighters who had no fear of death. Persia was the world's superpower of that era. A small Muslim force came face to face with their massive army. Leading the Persian royal forces was their formidable commander Rustam. Leading the Muslims was Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas. May Allah be pleased with him. On the eve of battle, a letter arrived for Sa'd. May Allah be pleased with him. From Caliph Umar. May Allah be pleased with him. The Caliph wrote, "Send a delegation to the Persian royal court. Invite the Persian emperor to Islam. Perhaps Allah will accept it through him." Sa'd, may Allah be pleased with him, then selected 14 representatives and dispatched them to the Persian emperor's court. The emperor asked them, "What has brought you here? You are a hungry, uneducated, uncivilized people. Do you actually think you can defeat us? You should know that we are the greatest nation on earth. The most powerful army is in our hands, and you Arabs are the most inferior Bedouin people on earth." The leader of the Muslim delegation was Nu'man ibn Muqarrin. May Allah be pleased with him. He said, "What you have said about us was certainly true up to a point. But Almighty Allah showed mercy and sent a messenger to us. His messenger commanded us to do good deeds. He instructed us to stay away from evil, and he gave us a promise. Those who answer his call will gain honor in this world and the next." Nu'man, may Allah be pleased with him, then presented to the emperor the origins and rise of Islam and described its greatness. He then said, "We invite you and your people to Islam. If you accept it, you will become our brothers. There will be no more conflict between us. If you do not accept Islam, you must pay the jizya. In return, we will guarantee your security. And if you do not agree to that either, then war will decide everything." The Persian emperor was not prepared to hear such words from Arabs. Upon hearing the statement of Muqarrin, may Allah be pleased with him, he erupted in rage. He could not have imagined that Arabs, whom he considered uncivilized and barely able to feed themselves twice a day, could stand in the royal court of the world's greatest superpower and speak such words while looking the emperor in the eye. He shouted, "Who on earth is more wretched and inferior than you? Perhaps you are under some illusion about our power. You will have to pay the consequences." The emperor then calmed down somewhat and said, "Listen, Arabs, you are making a mistake. I am offering you a proposal that will be good for you. We will arrange quality food for you. We will give you fine clothing, and we will appoint a merciful ruler for you. Now go back." Another member of the delegation was Mughira ibn Jarrah. He then addressed the Persian emperor saying, "You are referring to our poverty and hardship? Without doubt we were like that once. In fact, our condition was worse than what you have described, but we are no longer as we were before." He then presented those same 3 conditions once more. Hearing the same words repeated from Mughira's mouth, the Persian emperor became even more furious. He said, "Killing envoys is against our code of conduct. Otherwise I would have had each of your heads cut off. Get out of my court this moment." The emperor then instructed one of his soldiers to bring a basket filled with soil and said, "Place this basket on the head of the most honored among them and drive them out of this city." Asim ibn Amr, may Allah be pleased with him, then stood and said, "I am the most honored among this delegation." Even though he was not the Amir of the delegation, he said this to protect the others from humiliation. So on the emperor's orders, a basket of soil was brought and placed on Asim ibn Amr's head, and all of them were expelled in a humiliating manner. Upon returning to the Muslim camp with the delegation, Asim ibn Amr joyfully announced, "By Allah, the Persian emperor has not handed us a basket of soil. He has handed us his entire empire." Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him, then heard the full account from them. He understood that the Persian emperor was treating the Muslims with contempt. Therefore, there was no path left except war. He had not really expected the Persian emperor to accept Islam or pay the jizya. Nevertheless, to fulfill the rules of Islamic warfare and carry out the caliph's instruction, he had sent the delegation there. A few days after this incident, both the Persian and Muslim forces were ready for battle. One day, the Persian Supreme Commander Rustam sent a message to the Muslim commander Sa'd, may Allah be pleased with him. He wrote, "Send a representative from your side so we may have a discussion." Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, may Allah be pleased with him, sent a man named Ribi ibn Amir to Rustam. When Ibn Amir entered Rustam's tent, Rustam was seated on a golden throne. Beside him were cushions embroidered with golden thread. The gathering had golden carpets and silken sheets, precious gems and jewels hung in layers. Ibn Amir, on the other hand, wore rough, worn-out fabric. He entered Rustam's court with his hand resting on his sword, which was sheathed in a coarse woolen cloth. The contrast between the comfortable life of the Persians and the hard, struggling life the Arabs were then living was clearly visible from Ibn Amir's appearance. A Persian soldier said to him at that point, "Leave your weapon with me and enter inside." Ribi ibn Amir told him, "I did not come here of my own will. I came because you called me, so I will enter with my weapon." When the Persian soldier tried to stop him, Rustam gestured with his hand to let him pass. Ibn Amir then walked slowly forward, leaning on his spear toward Rustam, piercing the carpet with the spear's tip as he went. Reaching Rustam, he sat on the floor, planted the spear into the carpet and said, "I will not sit on your decorated seat." Rustam understood that the grandeur and splendor of Persia had not impressed this Arab man in the slightest. Then the discussion began. Rustam said, "Why have you come here with your army?" Ibn Amir replied, "Almighty Allah has sent us so that we may take people out of the servitude of man and bring them into the servitude of Allah, and take them from the confinement of this world toward the expanse of paradise, and take them out from the injustice of other systems and bring them into a just and equitable order." Rustam said, "Can the war be delayed for a few more days? Then both sides could think further and reach the right decision." Ibn Amir replied, "Of course, why not? Giving the enemy 3 days' grace is the sunnah of our Prophet." He then placed 3 options before Rustam and said, "Either accept Islam, or pay the jizya, or prepare for war. If within 3 days you do not choose either of the first 2 options, then on the 4th day there will be war between us." Rustam asked him, "Are you the leader of your people? Is your decision the final decision on behalf of the Muslims?" He replied, "No, I am not their leader, but Muslims are like a single body. Even the lowest-ranking person among us can give a commitment on behalf of the highest-ranking leader." Ibn Amir then returned to his own camp. On the 2nd day, Rustam sent a message requesting that Ibn Amir be sent to him again. But this time Sa'd, may Allah be pleased with him, sent Hudhayfah, may Allah be pleased with him instead. In Rustam's court, Hudhayfah, may Allah be pleased with him, said exactly what Ibn Amir had told him the previous day. On the 3rd day, Rustam requested yet another representative be sent. This time Mughira ibn Shu'bah, may Allah be pleased with him, was sent. He was the leader of the well-known Banu Thaqif tribe, known for his intelligence and diplomatic wisdom. Before Mughira arrived on the 3rd day, Rustam ordered his tent to be decorated impressively. On his command, the tent was adorned with gold and silk sheets, priceless canopies and the like. All the servants in the tent were dressed in dazzling attire. Rustam wanted to display Persian aristocracy through royal grandeur and luxurious decoration. Mughira, on the other hand, wore clothing that naturally had many patches. His sword had no scabbard. It was wrapped in ordinary cloth. When he reached the door, the gatekeeper stopped him and said, "When meeting our commander, you should be wearing appropriate attire." He offered him new clothing and said, "Leave your sword with me and put these clothes on." Mughira replied, I will meet your commander in exactly the same clothing and in exactly the same manner in which I arrived here. If you do not want that, then I will go back." When this was reported to Rustam, he said, "Let him come however he wishes." Mughira then entered Rustam's royal tent. The distance from the entrance to Rustam's throne was considerable. Along this long path, a precious carpet was laid. Mughira walked with complete calm and composure, piercing the carpet with the tip of his sword as he advanced toward Rustam's court. Upon reaching there, he sat down on Rustam's throne itself. This scene startled everyone. Murmuring broke out among those present, which quickly turned into shouting. They said to Mughira, "How ignorant you Arabs are, as shown by your behavior. Why did you sit on our honored commander's throne?" Mughira looked around carefully once and said, "We had a much higher opinion of you. We thought you were an intelligent, thoughtful people. But coming here, I have understood that there is no nation more foolish and uncivilized than you. You consider your rulers and leaders as lords, whereas we are a people where everyone is equal. There is no difference between our rulers and ordinary people. Our ordinary people sit in the same seat as our rulers. Your commander is your lord, but our commander is not our lord. He is rather the busiest person among us, who carries out his responsibilities without pause." Meanwhile, this incident had left the Persian commander Rustam quite astonished. For the first time in his life, he encountered such an experience. It seemed strange to him, because he had long been accustomed to seeing that Arabs would sell themselves for a little food and money. He said to Mughira, "We know your financial hardship quite well. Surely you have come here because of financial crisis and severe suffering. I will have mercy on you. I announce that each of you will be given sufficient food, grain and dates. Goods filled with oats will be provided. And the audacity you have shown in fighting against us, we will forgive that." Mughira replied, "O Commander, everything you said about our financial crisis, poverty and hardship is true. In fact, at one time, our condition was even more pitiful than what you have described. Driven by hunger, we would eat whatever came within reach. We would eat dead animals, their blood, their bones, everything. We would even kill our loved ones just out of greed to take their property. But then, Allah Almighty showed mercy upon us. He sent a true prophet among us. He called us toward his Lord. We answered his call. He guided us onto the right path. In this way, envy between us was wiped from our hearts and love took its place. We are no longer in the state you imagine us to be." Rustam paid no attention to Mughira's words. He looked contemptuously at his sword and said, "Are you relying on this rusty sword? The poor thing does not even have a scabbard." Rustam had one of his servants bring a royal sword. He then placed it in Mughira's hands and said, "Throw away your sword and take this magnificent one." Mughira unsheathed the sword. In the bright light of the tent it gleamed. Then, to everyone's astonishment, he struck it with such force that it broke into 2 pieces. He then looked at Rustam and said, "Only 3 paths remain open before you. Accept Islam, or pay the jizya, or prepare for war." The astonished Rustam now grew angry. He shouted, "By the sun, if you were not an envoy, I would have cut your head off this very moment. Hear me, foolish Arab. Tomorrow, certainly tomorrow, we will attack you and destroy you to the very roots." History bears witness that Rustam did attack the very next day. But that attack brought destruction not upon the Muslims, but upon the Persian army itself. This was the field of Qadisiyyah, where just 32,000 Muslims stood against more than 150,000 Persian soldiers. Though outnumbered by more than 4 to 1, they did not fear the superpower that day, because they knew that Allah, the all-powerful Lord of the universe, was on their side. We are continuing to present videos on the glorious history of Islam on our channel. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. And do not forget to comment and let us know how you found today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like and share it. Allah Hafiz.